afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call the Miami Valley Communications Council Board meeting to order for Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. I'd like to ask everyone to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we have our roll call, I'd like to welcome and introduce Sarah Thacker from Miamisburg, our newest representative. Sarah, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, your history
Sure.
on council?
Sure. I was first elected in 2010, so I just am about to start my 14th year on council in Miamisburg. I've wanted, when Greg first got appointed to this board, we were kind of talking about which one of us was going to do it, and I wanted to do it then. So when he resigned, I was excited to have the chance to throw my name out there again, to be honest, because I just think you guys do a lot of exciting work and things that I think are exciting to be a part of. So thanks for having me.
Well, excellent. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Eager person that wants to be on our committee. You always like that. That's a good thing.
Let's make her
We
a chair of
can,
something.
I was going to say, do we have other things you should be chair on? How about Miamisburg? Do some, no, I get it. All right, welcome. Can I get roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Joanne Howe.
Here.
Ryan Walsig.
Here.
George Bayless.
Here.
Lisa Duvall.
Here.
Mark Schwieterman. Here. Mayor Collins.
Here.
Sarah Thacker.
Here.
Don Burchett.
Here.
Rob Stevens.
Here.
And Keith Tilton.
Here.
Excellent, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Can I get approval of the September 21st board meeting minutes? Can I get a motion?
I'll give you the first motion there.
Yep, thank you. Get a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Okay, now it's time for a special recognition. I'm going to pass this over to Jay to discuss a wonderful employee that we need
Thanks,
to talk
Mr.
about.
Chairman.
Yes.
We've got two distinguished guests today, Kettering City Manager Mark Schwieterman and Nick Everett, and Nick is our Chief Broadcast Engineer. As I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, unfortunately, Nick is going to be leaving us here on Friday, and that's going to be a big loss for us. Every organization kind of has a go-to guy or gal, and Nick is our go-to person here. He's multi-talented. He does a lot of things very well. And as we were kidding when he told me that he was going to be leaving, I told him that before he left, he had to find his clone. So I think he is still looking for that person. I'm not sure that that person exists, but hopefully over the next 2 days, Nick can find someone to replace him. You know, Nick, besides being multi-talented, is very personable, and he's very well liked by everyone here on the MVCC staff and also by staff members at our member communities. Over the years, Nick has done any number of improvements in terms of video and audio at a number of the council chambers, and so he's come in contact with staff members from our member communities, and they love Nick as much as we do. He's our IT guy, and as I just mentioned, he's an expert in audio and visual equipment. He's done several remodeling projects around the offices here. Most recent project was the employee lunchroom. He was able to do that over the course of just about a month or so, wasn't it, Nick, that it took you to do that? And got all the material from Lowe's, and we didn't have to hire any outside contractors to do that work. So that's just an example of the kind of person that Nick is. While we're sorry to be losing Nick, as many of you probably know, Nick and his wife Danielle are the proud parents of triplets who are just reaching almost 2 years of age. That's hard for us to believe. Nick, it probably seems like 22 years for you and Danielle, but Nick has been lucky enough to find a job that will allow him to work from home, so we certainly understand that, and obviously the many challenges associated when you have 3 little ones. So that's very good news for Nick and his family. In about 6 months or so, they're also going to be moving to Northeast Ohio to be closer to friends and family. So from that standpoint, it's certainly good news for Nick. For us, not so much. Anyway, I just wanted to let everyone know that this is a major deal for us to lose Nick, and I just wanted the opportunity to kind of share with everyone around the table here that he is certainly a valuable cog who will be sorely missed. And I just wanted to provide the board the opportunity to let them know that we're losing somebody who's very, very valuable. But we wanted to share with you all of the good things that Nick has brought to the table over the past 6.5 years that are, or 5.5 years, I guess, that Nick has been here at MVCC. When he was hired, Nick was working for Spectrum at the time. I wish I could take credit for being the person who hired Nick, but that goes to Brian Humphreys, so Brian obviously made an excellent choice in hiring Nick. So, Nick, I've probably gone on longer than I should have, but obviously I think the world of you. Again, Nick's a man with many talents, very personable, but best of all, he's just a good person. So, Nick, we'll miss you very much, and we all wish you and your family the best in the future.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
This is your opportunity to rebut or unload if you have anything on your chest that you would like to share with the group.
Now that you mention it, there are a couple people that...
Thanks, Nick, for everything.
Thank you, Nick. That's wonderful. Appreciate all that you've done. Jay talks about you all the time, so you will be missed. If things don't work out up in the Northeast, you feel free to come right back. All right, we'll take you back because now we got to. If Brian gets credit, Jay's the one that had to kick you out the door, obviously. So I'm just kidding. Good luck, and with the triplets too. All right, let's move on to legislation. The first one is Resolution 2022-013. Adopting a budget for fiscal and calendar year 2023 and making appropriations.
Mr. Chairman, I sent out all the materials from the November 4 Personnel and Finance Committee meeting that was chaired by Joanne. I think everybody got those early part of last week. I think the information is self-explanatory. We had a nice discussion when the group got together. We looked at our revenue streams, our expenses, our projected capital expenditures over the coming year. We've got some things hopefully that are going to generate some revenue for MVCC down the road. Certainly the aggregation program, there'll be some revenue that can be generated there. And also, once we get the fiber to the home project started, there'll be an opportunity for revenue there. So those are all positive things, and we will continue to look at revenue opportunities down the road. I didn't know if anyone had any questions, or if you have any questions of Joanne or Sheila or I in regards to the budget, but I wasn't going to get into too many of the details. Hopefully you've had a chance just to look through the budget and maybe look at the budget message as well, which kind of summarizes our position right now.
Any questions? No? Okay. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to move.
Excellent. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Resolution 2022-014, adopting an amended pay scale for employees of the Miami Valley Communications Council.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. A couple of years ago, we began doing an annual survey for the Dayton Area Managers Group of COLA increases planned for the next year by the communities. Do that in October. This year we surveyed 24 communities. The average COLA increase being given out is around 2.95%. We are recommending a 3% increase for MVCC employees, so we're about at the average. Most of our employees who are here have been here for a long time, and so they are at the top wage step, so the COLA is the only pay increase that they would receive in 2023. If anyone has any questions, I'll try and answer them.
Anything on that? Okay, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Okay, Resolution 2022-015, authorizing the Executive Director to enter into an agreement with United Healthcare for medical insurance benefits for the 2023 calendar benefit year.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I know Mark will concur with this, and I know all of you, as you wrestle with your own city budgets, health insurance is a major expense. And over the past probably 15 years or so, it's become an even larger expense for public sector entities. You know, it used to be that you'd get a 4 or 5% premium increase, but anymore it's usually double digits, and in most years you're lucky if you get an increase that's under 20%. We were told a little earlier this year, as we were working on our budget, to expect about a 20% increase, and our renewal came in at about 22.5%. Quite honestly, we can't afford that with having a tight budget, so we started looking at options. We are with a program that is provided through the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. Fortunately, they have about 15 to 20 different options. We found an option with United Healthcare, our current carrier, with higher deductibles, so we're going to go with that program. And even at that, our rates are going to go up about 13.5%. So that is our recommendation to you. Our employees contribute 20% towards the monthly premium, which is pretty much the practice in the area. So if anyone has any questions on that, I'll be happy to try and answer those.
Anything on that?
What was the increase for the deductible that each they have to incur?
It's being doubled. It's going from 1,000 to 2,000 individual, and from 2,000 to 4,000 for a family.
And that's more in line with majority of
Correct.
entities, yeah.
Correct.
So that's a good move to try to keep the premium down. Anything else? Okay, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so moved. Okay, our final resolution. The resolution is 2022-016, to express appreciation to Mark Schwederman for 33 years of public service and support of the Miami Valley Communications Council. And at this time, I'd like to actually read the resolution. Whereas, in January 1989, upon graduation from the University of Dayton, Mark Schwederman began his career in public service when he accepted the position of financial analyst with the City of Kettering. And whereas Mark Schwederman was promoted to tax manager in 1990 and remained in that position until 1994 when he became budget manager. And whereas Mark Schwederman became assistant to the city manager in 1999 and was promoted to assistant city manager in 2000, where he remained until 2006, when he was unanimously appointed to become Kettering's 6th city manager, a position he has held for the past 16 years. And whereas during his career as city manager, he accomplished great things, including government center renovation, fire station modernization project, police station upgrade, Kettering Business Park expansion, Amazon, Miami Valley Research Park, Life Connection of Ohio and Community Tissue Services, Kettering Health Center, and pickleball courts. And whereas Mark Schwederman has been active in organizations that promote and support professional management in local government, including the International City-County Management Association, Ohio City Management Association, Greater Dayton Mayors and Managers Association, and the Ohio Municipal League. And whereas Mark Schwederman joined the Ohio Municipal League Board of Trustees in 2015 and served as its president in 2021. He also served as Secretary-Treasurer of OCMA from 2014 to 2022. And whereas Mark Schwederman has distinguished himself as a champion of the benefits of regional cooperation, having served in leadership roles on many local and regional boards and committees, thus benefiting from the City of Kettering and the Greater Dayton area. Whereas in his capacity as Kettering City Manager, Mark Schwederman has been an enthusiastic supporter of the mission and goals of the Miami Valley Communications Council. Whereas Mark Schwederman has been a longstanding and active participant in the GovTech Committee, having served as its chairman on several occasions. And whereas Mark Schwederman's leadership was instrumental in securing grant money in 2014 for a feasibility study for the establishment of a shared community fiber network, which was recently completed and recognized as a Smart Cities Transformation Project. And whereas Mark Schwederman's years of public service were characterized by integrity, a deep understanding of the role of local government, and a commitment to do what was in the best interests of the citizens of Kettering. And whereas Mark Schwederman also served as a mentor to many individuals who chose public service as a career. Now therefore, be it resolved by the members of the Miami Valley Communications Council that the Miami Valley Communications Council accords special recognition to Mark Schwederman for his 33 years of outstanding public service to the City of Kettering and the entire Greater Dayton area. And through this resolution, the Miami Valley Communications Council hereby expresses its sincere appreciation and congratulations to Mark Schwederman on his upcoming retirement as Kettering City Manager.
I move approval of Resolution 2022-016.
Second.
There's a second. Any discussion on Mark? I could talk for a long time about Mark from our city manager, but it'd be way too positive, and we just said everything that needed to be said right there. So Mark, welcome. Do you have any comments you'd like to make? We'd love to hear from you if you'd like to come up to the podium. I'm glad Carl told you. Yes.
I'd just like to say thank you very much for the proclamation. Every time you heard my name, please insert the City of Kettering team. We had a great team over the years, and we're able to do some great things. I am a big fan of regional collaboration, and MVC has been the conduit for that for me for the last 16 years. We were able to move things forward as a group because this organization exists. So I'm very proud to be a part of it, and the inner workings of it that allowed us to achieve things that many of us would not have been able to achieve at our own entities. So I'm thankful for your time today and the 2-page proclamation where you said my name out loud 25 times. That's uncomfortable, but thank you for that.
An easier name, by the way.
Yes, it could be. But again, thank you very much. It's been a wonderful career. I'm fortunate to have been come in wanting the position, and I'm fortunate to leave still wanting the position, but it's just time to move on. It's been a great career, a great community to work for, and this agency also no different than that. So thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark.
I think we have to vote.
We're working on it, George.
Oh, okay.
Working on it, George. I wanted to get all that there. I wanted to say, let me find my numbers here, excuse me. Resolution 2022-016. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. Okay, now it's time for the Executive Director's Report. Jay?
All right, just a couple of things. I just wanted to mention to you that we're continuing to work on aggregation. We've got 17 communities now who are interested in working with us on either electric and/or natural gas aggregation. We're going to try to get together with those folks over the next couple of weeks and explain to them where we are in the process and where we hope to go right after the first of the year. As I mentioned at our last meeting, assuming the markets are favorable, we'll be going out for quotes probably into the first quarter of 2023, and if we get favorable proposals at that time, then we will be rolling out the program to interested communities during the second quarter of 2023. So that's very positive. We're still looking for more communities to join with us. The more communities we can get involved in this, the better the pricing that we will receive. So we'll continue to work in that direction. But 17 communities so far is very, very good. A project that we've been working on for about a year now is converting our access channels to high definition. That's something that required us to order equipment, and it was ordered through Spectrum. Took a long time for that to get here. Spectrum technicians were here over the last couple of weeks installing that equipment. There's some additional testing that has to take place, and also some internal administrative details on the Spectrum side of things. So while I would like to report that HD will happen next week, in all likelihood it'll probably be right after the first of the year. So our 4 access channels will go to HD, and you'll certainly be able to tell the difference going forward. So that's certainly a very positive development. And then finally, I just wanted to thank everyone for another very successful year. Just to highlight a few things, we finished up phase 2 of the fiber build. We started marketing and selling our fiber infrastructure assets, which is a very good thing from a revenue standpoint. We organized the electric and natural gas aggregation program. That's something that wasn't even on our radar when the year began, and that's happened over a very short period of time. And then also the TCSU SWAT team took delivery on their armored rescue vehicle, which you folks have all had an opportunity to see. So those are 4 very significant accomplishments that took place over the course of the year, and we obviously thank you for all of your support and interest in those endeavors. And then I would also say this, and I've said this before and I'll continue to say it. Having been a staff person for 35 years, I know how much time council members put in. I think sometimes communities take for granted, they see a council meeting on TV and they'll say, well, that's not such a bad job. They meet once or twice a month for an hour or 2 hours, and, you know, not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal because we know all the time and effort it takes behind the scenes, and I want to thank all you folks for the many hours that you give to your communities as council members, and also serving on various boards and committees, representing your communities, with MVCC being one of those. We very much appreciate your time and continued support of the goals and missions of our organization. As Mark said earlier, and as we pointed out in the resolution honoring him, you know, we're all about collaboration, and I think a lot of times we take that for granted, but collaboration takes a lot of trust and it takes a lot of work to work together. We all have strong personalities, and leaders sometimes want to go in their own direction, but sometimes you have to check your egos at the door and work together for the collective good. And we're very lucky that we have city councils, we have city managers who have done that for many, many years now, and for those of us who are left guarding that treasure, we take that task very seriously. So our focus continues to be collaboration, and we'll certainly be focusing on that in 2023 as well. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and because this is probably our last meeting of the year, hope everyone has a joyous holiday season as well.
Excellent. Cut into my comments, that's for sure.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I had all these things ready to say. I will follow up, though, a little bit on the thanking everyone here. Jay touched on all the time you put in for your councils, but I will say, I'm just going to thank you for being on this council, and the fact that what Jay and maybe even myself ask you to do on this council is not a lot. It's a meeting once a month, if that, and then there are a couple committee meetings, but he sends out great information, emails, communications that, okay, you have to read a little bit here and there, and that's fine. It's just that when you put all that on top of your other duties with council, and then your families, and then your other full-time jobs, it does add up. So I just wanted to thank you personally for being on this council. You make my job easier. Because everyone seems to work well together, as Jay said, and that's much appreciated. I just wanted to make sure that comment was made. The next thing is I just want to talk about Mark again. I know it is the Mark show, but I just wanted to say that Kettering will miss Mark, and it goes beyond the borders of Kettering. In the city of Oakwood, we work with Kettering a lot, and our city manager works with Mark a lot, and and I've learned that all the city managers work together, but I know that we work well with Kettering, and I've actually personally worked with Mark on one committee. We were on the Edge Committee together down for the Montgomery County, and what I learned about Mark is that he is very professional, he has a great sense of humor, and he is extremely intelligent, and he is an asset for the Miami Valley, and he will be greatly missed. And I just hope that the new gentleman who's stepping in can learn as fast as possible, because Kettering is a big part of the Miami Valley, obviously. So, Mark, I want to wish you all the best. Many more birdies to come, and enjoy many, many years of retirement. Yes. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And since we won't be meeting until January, Jay has told me the likelihood of having a December meeting is very slim. So happy holidays to all, and happy New Year. Do we have any board comments?
I just want to say, as the only member of this board that hasn't served on a council, school board members do about the same thing. I mean, they've got different responsibilities and different things they have to worry about, but it's all on the same level.
Oh, sure,
So
yeah.
Kind of keep that in mind, too.
You've got it worse, George, I think.
I've said that for years. I've said that for years. I envy and respect the school board members working directly with all those parents. Yes, yes. I mean, our citizens are, citizens are a lot, but that covers everybody. However, you got parents and their children. That's a big task. And now school board members have a difficult job, but hopefully just as fulfilling as ours. So that's wonderful. Yes. Anything else? Any other comments?
I just want to make it quick while we're thanking people. I also want to thank Sheila and Jay for the budget and all the work that goes into these financial reports. I know there's a lot to it. I know we don't have a lot of money to play with, so there's always a little bit of tension around some of these budget figures and trying to get those, healthcare dollars taken care of and some of these other obligations. So I just want to thank you guys for such a great job. And thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. When I got on this council, we were working on the fiber optic program, and it's just wonderful to have your advice on that. I just want to let you know. Thank you.
Excellent. Anything else?
Williamsburg has something to say.
Yes.
If you're bored Thanksgiving morning, we're having a small party. We're inviting 6,000 to 8,000 people. If you're not signed up for the turkey trot, you can certainly come and run it or walk it. Starts at 8:30. It's all kinds of fun. Our shops, our taverns are open, our restaurants are open at 8:30 in the morning, so come have a good time. And December the 3rd, we're having a holiday celebration. We're having an evening Christmas parade. The city has planned all kinds of events for kids to make gingerbread houses and ornaments, and Santa Claus will make an appearance. We're going to light our Christmas tree. So lots of fun going on in Miamisburg on Thanksgiving morning. And then again on Saturday, December the 3rd. And Mark, congratulations from the city of Miamisburg.
Excellent. Okay. A wonderful meeting. Sarah, they're all like this. I want you to know, everybody's always happy. We recognize everyone. No, I'm just kidding, Sarah, but thank you. Welcome again.
Thank you.
Glad you can join us. Look forward to working with you. And our next meeting will be the middle of January. So once again, happy holidays to all. Meeting is adjourned.
Happy holidays, everybody.